assignment. Tune, do the chicken. Okay, this is a Doom pull time.
Alright, good luck, guys.
This is just Doom, so you want to get closer. Lock.
5, 4, 3.
Have it go off at that
2,
0, not sooner.
1.
If you have to air, go out. Okay, this is a Ulduar pull timer. Yes, you can Fairy Fire and Cursive Elements as well. I guess Cursive Ellie anything that's not. We are not heroing on pull. Let's get int on everybody. Let's start hero. Subin, do you think after the first flash freeze or after the first storm cloud?
Maybe when we get all the buffs.
Stop. I'll just use my judgment, and we can talk about if I fucked it up afterwards.
Yes.
Yeah,
also,
I think that's about right. So that's what I'll aim for.
The most important thing here is if Subin or me calls wipe, there's no second guessing it. You are immediately canceling your cast and standing mechanic and dying. This will be a very close timer. So
5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Dilf, I need you to as an example and cheat towards the right side. That is for the pumper caster group. Give them space.
Pog, I think you're in the wrong stance thing.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Ready to get on the snow.
Move in.
Get on. Regular friends.
Keep moving.
Burn glows.
Keep
Drop your
moving.
stacks.
Keep moving.
Campfire's reapplied.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Find shelter.
That's a wipe. Just wipe it.
Move in.
Okay, everyone die.
Keep moving.
Where's the timer for the hard mode
moving.
on 25?
3 minutes.
Shattered.
No, where is it on your screen?
It's on.
Right
It's
side.
it's a
The right side.
DVM.
Welcome
I see.
to the endless winter.
I could see that this cache is red.
So like you have to like move the boss a little bit because melee couldn't really be in. We need to be in the thing, and you can move the boss on top of the moonbeams. You kind of have to look for the moonbeams and move the boss inside them so the melee can pump. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I had him in one later. But yeah, probably should have
Because at the very end there was like a moonbeam up in melee. It was off to the right a little bit with the icicles, and there was one right to your left, like 2 steps.
Mm-hmm.
And if you would have moved 2 steps to your left, we could actually went crazy.
Oh, I thought you guys had one where you were standing.
If there's icicles in it, I don't think we'd be in there.
Okay.
What DBM thing is eating my marks?
It's probably the same way. Just open your DBM, go to Hodir, and look at what marks are applied by the different abilities.
Yeah, the mage got out extremely fast, so I'm not sure. Like the mark stayed on the mage.
It's a Storm Cloud, eats Star and Circle, if you're using those two.
Yeah, I think it was because when I got Stormcloud, I definitely had my mark change. I watched it.
Oh, you did?
No
Okay, that's
problem.
alright. I'll actually
Yeah,
leave
I
this
had
on
my star
cloud.
wiped off by that as well.
That's okay.
Immediately left some snowdrifts. Be careful when you're running in.
Left side, hug that left side. I will mark Dilf as something else. What marks
Done.
get eaten?
Star and circle.
Star and circle. Okay, Ladonna is a triangle, and Dilf
Done.
is now a diamond.
Hell
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know if that actually gets eaten by my target macro. Do I need to re-up that, like, remark everything on that flashy, or did everyone download that weak because it actually has everyone's names nice and shiny, so you know what you're killing?
Did sorry, I think I might be a bit confused about the plan. There's two ranged pumper kind of stacks, if you want to call it.
Yes. The
Okay.
top priority is Ladonna's triangle. The secondary priority is Dilf's diamond.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Got it. And so we missed Dilf's group this time because that's why they're low.
Probably it depends who got the second storm cloud.
Also,
We definitely got it.
I
both.
had the second storm cloud on me. There was nobody else around me, so I walked it over to Ballin's group.
Ah,
Okay,
that's what
so
happened. Okay.
that's actually
Or I don't know if it was
wrong.
the second. I got one. I saw it go
What's
down.
supposed to happen is that the pumper casters that are in your group are just supposed to get it. You shouldn't have to be walking. So that's downtime. That means
Okay.
your group missed it. Ladonna's, I think, got the first. So you can't actually reapply. So we actually lost. It was the right call because you weren't sure what to do with it. You were going to triangle, but Ladonna, you can even use comms to say like triangle has, like just so like everybody knows, so we don't try and double buff y'all.
Is it up for like the whole fight? Or?
There's a say box above my head when I get it.
Okay, that's what I
Just
thought. But
same as Yogg. Just watch for the say box.
Yeah. Can we? It's 3, 4.
I'm in triangle group, but the notes say to go to the right, which is opposite of them.
Yeah, that's
okay.
weird. I was standing on the right.
What do you mean you're in triangle?
The note says left range stack triangle. Right range stack.
Tune, Ladonna, Soulstone, Prage, and Fresh Biscuit. Those are our top
Oh,
priorities.
can we push the new note?
I'm in the triangle group. I don't think I should be.
You are not in the triangle group. I'm sorry, guys.
What?
I post everything
Yeah,
as
it
much as
does.
I can. MRT, just here's the groups. Just forget whatever Discord says. It's Tashik, Ladonna, Soulstone, Tune, Fresh Biscuit, Prage. So
They're the same.
I'm in Lodana's group, right?
you are not in Ladonna's group. We're going to the right with Dilf. That's all you got to know.
So the groups in the game don't matter.
No.
Okay.
Did we get a feast down or did I miss out? Somebody's sitting here. Okay, sweet. Any more questions? Did everyone get their dooms off?
Somebody mistimed the pull. Somebody went early. So just be really careful with that.
Let's
Somebody
re-up
seeded
blast.
about 2 seconds too early. Yeah.
Okay, you can't seed early. If you're gonna we want to milk out every DPS, but not at the cost of everyone's pre-pots. I'm putting up a doom pull timer. These pull timers are gonna start
4,
getting faster locked, so
3,
be aware and you gotta
2,
doom fast.
1.
You can sapper in the middle and hit most of them too, by the way, folks.
Yes, SK Mord Flask.
What target was? I think that was square doom, right? Square doom. I think so.
Lux, I don't know. Type in chat whatever you're doing. Coordinate. I called it already. I didn't write it down, so.
Mine's going to be a second or two late. I hesitated because I wasn't sure.
Seconds. 5.
5, 4.
You will suffer.
It's extremely early. Please be careful.
That was a bomb on some macro to somebody's seat.
Played out.
Keep moving.
Triangle, if you're not near this fire, you need to be. We need to apply these a lot faster.
Campfire's on us, yeah.
There's beams back here if people aren't in.
I'm gonna move the boss to a beam.
Find
From the
shelter.
north, consume you.
Moving.
To come so far, only to fail.
Up stacks.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
You a hero?
We lost the stacks.
Yeah, that went badly. We had
Okay,
no
let's wipe
fire
it.
on the
Just
left
go ahead.
stack. Yeah.
Just go ahead and wipe it. That's
Keep
fine.
moving.
Just go ahead and wipe it. Let's just pull again.
To come so
Okay,
far,
so
only to
I think we
fail.
got that first storm cloud to triangle very
Find
quickly is what I
shelter.
saw. That was good.
Consume you.
I don't think we stacked those quite as
Moving.
fast just in general as we normally did. I don't know if that was RNG or people maybe thinking they were close and not being quite close enough, but you'll always know if you're in range to stack those toasty fires. Also, we have to manage our threat. Remember that Mord also has to get onto the snow mound, so if your threat always jumps when you're in melee, so just keep that in mind.
Whatever the beam is, like if there's a close beam to the boss for melee, then we just gotta move them as soon as possible, right? So if I start moving the boss towards you and you're ranged, move out of that beam.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened to us. We moved to the left and we were standing in a beam, and then after the flash freeze happened, the two fires spawned like side by side way in the back, and Mord dragged the boss towards the beam we were using, and so everybody just kind of scattered.
The
And
a lot of the melee didn't pull off to kill the ads. I saw like 5 to 10 people on the boss. If you have to kill the ice blocks, or else we can't keep the magic debuff up. And once that falls, if we don't break them out fast enough, it's over.
I have a question about the boss positioning. Are we doing anything to make that mage come in a little closer? He was so far in the back this time.
yeah, that's exactly what happened. He was way in the back, and the fire spawned in the back, so we lost the fire buff.
That's not why we lost. We lost it because we were too slow. But I do agree we wanna filter. I believe we're moving the boss though. Like if you drag the boss into the corner, the ads will follow him a little bit, and that's I think that's the
That is
isn't that
an
what's
intent.
happening? Yeah.
I think we were like 75% forward when we could have been like maybe more than that. But I think that was because we were trying to take advantage of light beams.
Yeah, I brought him
Yes.
forward at the end there to try and get some light beams going for the melee. Because if we don't get the melee and a light beam, they're not gonna.
Yeah, you can bring them forward later. What you want to do is you want to drag the boss to the corner at the start,
Yeah,
so
that's
that
what I
it
did.
filters the mages. Yeah, and I think sometimes the mages filter a lot, and sometimes they're uncooperative. And we had them one be uncooperative, and two, the flash freezes were far away from the mage tombs. That's a little bit of bad variance. People also responded to it poorly, right? Like Kizzle said, some people just like got back on the boss. That just wipes us, right? If you do not help kill the ice blocks, you wipe the raid. That's how this fight works.
Yeah, Ward, I think you kind of had it figured out, but when I do the tanking 10s, what I look for is when the beams come down, I look to see, like, I look past them to see if the range group is heading for it or not. If they aren't, then I'll drag them over, and if they are, then I'll leave it.
Just to check on timing here, is it true that we'll only have one flash freeze?
We had 2 the first pull.
Yeah, but it was over 2 minutes.
No.
In 10 man we had
almost
2.
Yeah,
It
you,
should be does the second right around the time that we get the kill, so.
yeah, you got like 1 or 2
Lux,
seconds
this is
after
your
the
doom.
second flash freeze.
Yeah, so the second flash freeze, we're staying on the boss, right?
5,
Or there's
4,
a stop DPS
3,
call, one or the other. We're
2,
not breaking ads a
1.
second time. Okay. Please do not scuff your bomb this time. Whoever that was.
That was me. It's fixed.
Awesome. Thank you.
It happened
Also,
to
if you
me
haven't
in
been,
10
life
minutes.
tap to try and proc your trinkets for the first Doom. Just to be cheeky.
I knew exactly what it was because it happened to me in 10 minutes. The bomb.
Can we inch up a little more? Like, I feel like everybody should like be, we need to eke out every second here.
I'm not gonna start remarking these because that's just DPS loss. If you have the weak aura that I like sent to you, it is really, really obvious who the mages are. Does anyone need that raid linked?
Yes, please. It wouldn't
Next
load the first
pull. Yeah, next pull. Yeah.
5 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer.
Much better.
This trespass.
Like that one along the wall, Mort, you could head to that.
Yep, heading that way. About ranged historian specifically.
Diamond, don't be on triangle.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Move in. Break everything out.
That's still recharging.
Keep moving.
We lost enough.
Keep
Oh, no, we didn't.
Okay.
Sorry. No, we didn't. My mistake.
You here?
Keep moving.
Yeah, there it is.
Find shelter.
Consume
It's a timer.
It is
Well,
10 seconds.
Move in. It's gonna be a wipe.
Okay, wipe it. Everyone, stop your dots. Stop casting. Where's that on my screen?
You don't see
It's a-
Shatter Cache.
I could say that this cache is rare.
Where is that on my screen?
You
On
have
DBM
DBM.
timers.
You have DBM timers. Like you see flash freeze and berserk,
Keep moving.
frozen blows.
Yep.
It's something with cache in it. It's already passed,
Keep
but
moving.
Oh.
you should see cache. Something with cache.
come so far, only to fail.
Yes, I just see shatter cache as well, but the common word is cache. Just look for cache.
I would take a second to try and update your DBM XLB, and if that doesn't work.
Where did the first Stormcloud go that time?
Melee.
That's what I thought. Okay. We also the left stack moved up into that beam that Mort was taking for the melee. We moved up. Well, I didn't move it, but I saw a bunch of people run away from me into that beam.
XLB, did you relink those?
No, we definitely don't want
course.
We don't want the beam the melee is going to, and that it was also out of range of the fire. We were still stacking the fire buff at that point, I think. I'm not positive.
Do we have a class that's low right now? Like, is there a tweak you're gonna do?
Yes, please hold 1 second.
If you could, somebody could link that Weaver that actually was talking about.
Lord. I think you want to move it like all the way to the chest at the beginning. Is that what you were doing, Hog?
Yeah, you like really snuggle into the corner for the first 15 seconds or so, because what you want is the mobs to come into a nice little arc around him, and they don't do it if he's not far enough away. And then as soon as they've all moved into their arc, you can move around as needed.
I think
Okay.
we
Yeah,
need to-
I can move further. I got yelled at for moving
Yeah.
that far before, so.
Yeah, it's a tricky balance. Like, and you don't
Yeah.
want to stay there for super long either, but you do want to force the mobs to move.
Yeah, I'll go the back to the cache this time. Just healer's heads up. I'm going further.
Yeah, I think there's so many corner cases here. It's just like each person has to learn how to be like, okay, what do I do now? How do I maximize now? And then, you know, like I've had terrible pulls, I've had great pulls in this fight. I think most people have had terrible pulls and have had great pulls. A little bit is RNG, a lot of it is like, oh, what do I do now? And just like making good decisions. And once you get there and like everybody knows how to learn, figures out how to pump or to at least mostly pump when they have bad luck, then we'll have enough damage for it. What was it again? Yeah, sorry, I scuffed the call on that thing. I don't know why I thought it dropped. I think I just misread my UI.
That was after the first flash freeze, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, that's when we if we can reapply that, that's when we do want a hero.
Yes. Yes.
Is it?
Yeah, that was my guy, because I thought we'd scuffed the debuff, so I was just like trying to figure that out, and I just didn't push my hero button. Maybe Al, can you do the hero? Because I'm trying to figure out what's going on with the debuff. Can you just hero once we're coming out of flash freeze?
Yep.
Instead of me hearing? Yeah, I think that
Do like 3 seconds and then hero. I really want everyone to actually get those flash freezes like dead. This is a Doom pull timer.
I need a
we
summon
don't
spell.
have Greco here yet.
Okay,
just
I lied.
sent it
Ignore
on.
that. Just ignore that. Let's guys, let's get a summon, please.
we can still. Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Anybody can summon once the closet's down. Doesn't have to be us.
Exactly.
I've summoned twice now.
Can you? Okay, there.
Yeah, it's a good question, Kaz. Do we just have to push it the second we get on the ice blocks?
2, 1.
I'll watch the timer this time.
Yeah, more asking like, can we use our baby buffs on ourselves before heroism comes up?
Gotcha.
Yes. I use my unbreakable on pull. That's up for hero.
Okay.
I did not put down a 60-second pull timer. So somebody count this down for us.
Yeah, we got 33 seconds left. I'll keep
Keep
doing the
counting out
call-outs, okay.
loud, and I'm gonna put a.
That is an accurate timer.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
Please download the Speakara. I do not link these lightly. Fresh biscuit, your food.
10
Next
seconds
I'll
on
be
the
getting
Doom.
an error
That's-
on the
timer's a
button.
little early. Timer's gonna be a little late. There's 5 seconds on Doom.
5, 4, 3, 2.
You will suffer for this trespass. Let's still be joining.
Keep moving.
Move to that closest light beam.
Put one on the wall.
Find shelter.
Never mind. After the flash freeze.
Move in.
Hero, yeah.
Keep moving.
Okay, we kept it.
Do I bring the storm cloud to triangle?
Yep.
Keep it.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Put on. Only captive.
Moving.
Wipe it. Or are we pushing?
You
Oh.
called it. You call it. Like,
You called
yeah,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah,
stopped.
you
Yeah,
call it,
I
you call
talked
it,
to the
yeah.
boss. I
Just
talked
call
to the
it.
boss.
Yeah.
Everyone die,
I-
everyone die, everyone die.
It seemed like a fine wipe call to me. I think we scuffed.
Sorry,
it was
I
really
meant
close.
to.
Keep
Yeah,
moving.
sorry,
Yeah,
I meant
yeah, yeah.
to say it and then. Yeah, sorry. I won't.
If you call it, we
Technically-
do it. That's how it works.
It was close.
We're getting
Yeah,
better.
that
Like,
would-
this thing's getting better, right?
Keep
I will say
moving.
we actually had a little bit less good Stormcloud RNG, which means we're just playing better. Because I saw it didn't go to the caster pumpers the first time because we accidentally ate it all.
Question for the 2 caster stacks.
Yes.
Shoot.
So we obviously want to keep it separated so that we're not dropping ice on each other all the time. When there is, so like first beam goes out, triangle group gets it, like moonbeam,
Mhm.
right? And if there's an additional one that comes out and triangle or diamond goes into it, should we move out of it if the triangle group gets a blue circle underneath theirs?
So that's a hard question,
'Cause
and
there were a couple
if-
cases where triangle moved onto ours, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
one of them I moved out, and the other one I stayed put.
So probably the further into the fight, it's just correct to stand and pump. The reason
what I
that
figured.
we separate us a little bit is because we want to make it easier for the storm clouds to hit the right people, but you're a caster, you're still pumping, right? It's not like a bad outcome if you have it. We just really want to get it onto those locks and those mages as soon as possible. That's why, like, early on, if there's a moonbeam, you want to go into it and pump, but you just don't want to RNG the icicles onto them, make them move too fast, or accidentally eat the storm cloud. If you do, it's not terrible. It's just like a balance, right? Like if they move onto you and there's a really close moonbeam and you can readjust, then just
In that
readjust,
case, there was
right?
not, because we had just moved off of ours into a.
Right.
Yeah,
And if
we
there's
had-
not,
we-
then you stay and pump for sure.
We had 2 side by side, and in that case, we couldn't really go to the left because there was other icicles to the left, so we kind of had to go right, and so we were going to end up standing on you anyway. So I stood in the moonbeam kind of thing, and we didn't have the storm cloud there, so really I would have gone left had it not been blocked by more icicles.
Yeah, I think actually I thought I saw a storm cloud pulse while we were all lined up like that. So I
There
forget
was,
who-
yeah. At one point there was, and we all just kind of climbed into the same moonbeam, and that was the right call because we all had the storm buff, we all had moonbeam, and we were able to pump for like 5 or 6 seconds before icicles showed up.
Yes. So I think once, like especially by the second storm cloud or the third, most of the range should have it. So it was good for you to ask falls. In that situation, I would just dump it onto the left leg, like that pumper melee group, and just
yeah,
or just leave it in
and
your
that's
melee.
what I did.
Perfect. Yes. And if like, I mean, again, it's also like worst case you keep it. Obviously, you want to get it to where it needs to go, but don't over stress if you can't get it to the right spot, right? Like we just want everyone pumping. These are just min-maxy things that we're doing to help get us there. Really, really good pull though. It was close. It was a little close, so I called it, but
That was very close. I think we would have gotten like 2 or 3% when the timer
Yeah.
went.
okay. This
5,
that is a
4,
doom timer.
3, 2.
Are you getting the 60-second?
1.
Sweet. Thank you, Hog.
I'd love for everybody to scoot up more and just like really be in position to go nuts right off the pole.
How close can we get? Like,
You see those yellow circles? You can probably get right, like a couple paces behind them. So.
That's a lot closer than I thought.
yeah, I was
So
nervous
we
about
can
going too
literally,
close. Yeah.
we can cast our first spell and then sapper. That's actually what you want to do, right? Okay.
You want to cast your first spell should still always be on the flash freezes.
Yeah, and then be in between flash freezes and sapper.
Yep.
20 seconds. Seconds.
I'll be up
5,
more on top of the
4,
fires with you, House.
3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Triangle, you should be in that beam.
He's out of range.
Start pumping.
I'm taking it back to that closest beam.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Move in.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Find shelter. Deck.
Consume you.
Watch that.
Move in.
Keep moving.
That's a wipe.
Wipe it, wipe it. Taunt the boss if you need to die.
To come so far.
That was just bad variance. The fires were insanely scuffed at the start.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's no out there. I mean, if we're like over here, but
Yeah, the fires were like behind the furthest most yellow dot from him, so there was nothing really range could do.
yeah, and the buffs were way slower. That's a kill if we have good fires.
Yeah, we also were, I noticed, definitely slower on getting those frost freezes. So if you were like, especially if you were like lower DPS like me, you still have to prioritize those flash freezes.
Yeah, it's always like everybody prioritize the flash freeze because then you get the buffs back up faster and then you pump harder. So it's everybody.
Even if
we're
I'm
getting,
in the
like-
beam, I press my seed button and I make sure I'm hitting the ads.
Yeah, we got this if people just like keep playing how they're playing and we get like a slightly better fire setup at the start. One thing I'm doing, I don't know if this is right, but I'm actually using a speed pot in the fire to stack the buff initially. I don't know what other people are doing. I'm using my haste personal.
I'm pressing my
Definitely
haste
using
pot.
it after I get crit.
Yeah, exactly. When I get the storm cloud, I've been using my haste pot.
Yeah, maybe that's smarter. I just use my gloves to stack it. Yeah, I think your blade is better.
I mean,
Also,
ideally,
I bet you, affliction locks if you drop the infernal while we're in the first flash freeze, you should be out in time for the hero. Probably be good.
Oh, I just also want to point. I think this should be obvious to everybody, but after the second flash freeze, we're just pumping, right? That's the plan?
It was closer. How long does the buff stay up? Because I expected everyone to swap, but I think what we had like
I think the mage doesn't relay a fire in time. What I try to do is I try to snap a reapplication of the buff by getting a tick of a cast or two right by a fire before he freezes.
Yeah,
and then we get a little more time because it's like what 10 seconds or something on the buff. I feel like we're okay if to not break out.
Okay. I think that's right because I'm pretty sure we did the flash freeze and Subin, you called wipe at around 10 seconds left on the timer anyways, right?
Yeah, it was more like 6 or 7.
6 or 7?
Yeah,
Okay, then yeah. Everyone's hard focusing the boss. There's no, like, I think we're just one flash freezing this and that's what we have to expect.
Oh, 25 seconds. Okay, yeah, so definitely.
Okay, so we're good. Yeah, just keep in mind that like Subin and I will be calling these wipes like sometimes super close. Good job everyone on wiping quickly. Yeah, that was some bad RNG with these storm clouds.
Since they're a bit spread out, Historian, are you using Starfall on this breakout, or are you saving for after the first flash freeze? Oh, okay then. Perfect.
Corey and fresh food. Let's get a new int out, please. There you go. I remarked everything.
Timer coming.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
As an FYI to everybody, our rogues are trixing our locks on pull and then trixing Mord so that the locks can snapshot. So Mord, as just an FYI to you, keep doing what you're doing, but you know, everyone's got to watch their threat. It was getting a little risky there with threat, like everyone, good job, and but just one thing to keep in mind. Remember, you can preset up. Locks be seating a couple of times. This X over here next to me took a little bit longer than usual to get out.
I'd love for folks to be like, you're losing 10 yards. Come up to
Yeah,
the triangle.
guys, let's not waste time.
Or you know, orthogonal to a
10
triangle, where you
seconds.
want to
Let's
be.
focus. We got this. Super, super close.
Yep.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving.
Good fires.
Gonna get that along. No, never mind. Caster check. Cast, just move off that one right by the wall. Thank you.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Move in.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Find shelter.
Consume you.
That's a wipe.
Move in.
Okay, wipe it, wipe it.
Welcome to the end of winter.
Keep moving.
Where did our first storm clouds go?
Keep moving.
First one, I think, was
Keep
on
moving.
me on triangle, so that was good.
Oh, okay. That was
Yeah,
really
yeah,
good.
it worked out okay. Yeah, our moonbeam was like 2 steps out of the fire, so I noticed that like it stuck. I had to stutter step a few times to break the buff, and
I see.
like had it been like half a yard closer, we could have stood in it and been all right.
I don't think we have to worry too much about dropping the frost stacks. I mean, you know, as long as we're staying around 2 to 3 stacks, it seems fine. The damage does not seem to be that much.
Yeah, I was pushing it to 4 in that case because I knew I had to.
Okay, then.
Yeah, it just looks like some folks a little bit lower that one, but you know, it's tough. Low some pulls, high others. Got to keep trying to find a way to pump all the way up there.
Whoever rocket booted to the left flare was definitely the right move.
That was
Took,
me.
I thought so. Yeah, it took me a second to follow you, but as soon as I saw you do it, I'm like, yep, that's definitely the right move.
Yeah, I think it's just about like making fast position judgments. I don't know. Maybe the closer people should have been moving to it, but it was empty, so I went.
Sorry, I'm just looking at logs. Yeah, part of this fight is just like a little bit of RNG, and everyone being able to pop their cooldowns at the right time. Let me see. Anything else that we can do?
Anyone got a good time to kill
The storm
before?
cloud on me, but I didn't really have a group around me at the time. I ran it to where I saw my chicken friend at. But that also means I don't get the crit on that one too, which sucks.
Yeah, I mean, that's fine. If you literally don't have people around you, which you should, then the right call is just running it to 2 friends. Just remember that Dilf running is a DPS loss for him. So if you're supposed to be on that diamond group, you don't need to be pixel stacked on him, right? Because if he
Yeah,
gets
if I gotta run to drop
the storm cloud buff,
cloud,
right? We
my
don't want it
DPS is fucked
instantly.
anyways because I'm not getting the crit.
Yeah.
The stacks are like a starting approximation, right? And then we're just like using our judgment to do good things, or are we like really trying to hold to the stack?
I think they both end up being one and the same if everything's going right.
Yeah.
Right, because there's like a correct place to move usually, basically.
Well, yeah, the smartest move to make might not. There might be options, but most of the time it's pretty obvious.
You ready for green timer?
Not yet. Needed food buff.
Yeah. Does anybody have a
Food
good
buff
time?
comes after
Get out your
Dune
pets,
timer.
please.
Yeah. Dune timer is always first. So you guys have time to get food buff in between.
Makes the doom worse.
Oh.
That's not the
That's not-
margin.
yeah,
Yeah, like
that's not.
2, 1.
just gotta be faster. We do have to hit pulls as well, right?
Yeah. We are time gated, so make sure your flasks aren't falling off. I know mine is.
Just a
That's
suggestion, maybe melee can get up close to those guys on the left, and the range can make sure the ones on the right are cleared. Then you just have less run time to the boss. Like if the melee are starting by the moon, by the skull, by whatever's
We
beside
need
the
a couple
skull.
of melee on this right side. All the locks are on the left side, so they're seeding off on pull really fast. Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Just a couple of melee. Yeah. Doing great, guys. We got this.
Second.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving.
Good fires.
Moving again.
Find shelter.
Shall the North consume you?
Move in.
To come so far, only to fail.
Oh.
Keep moving.
Wipe it. Wipe it. Oh,
No,
I already
it's time
called
to
it.
fight.
I already called it. Sorry. Wipe. If we do lose someone, we have to do resolute like a lot faster. Otherwise, we just get behind the DPS check.
Yeah, I moved into melee range because I was like, the other flash freeze was far away from me, and I moved in, and I pulled as soon as.
It's a lot of DPS that time.
Yeah, we had
that was
a
a good
bunch
pull.
of people because we had two moonbeams right beside each other, so both the range could get the moonbeam with the fire like right behind us, and somebody brought the storm cloud to us. It was perfect.
Move in.
So what needs to happen is you have to boost the other one, and restoring you have to be or falls. Actually, it's just falls. Falls. You got to be the first person to be res if it's near you. like happens a lot faster.
I didn't realize I was at like 18k when I moved to that flash freeze.
Like if you're passing the storm cloud around, you have to stutter step on people. If you just run right through them, I don't think it passes.
Yeah, it's like a pulse, so it's totally possible to run through people between pulses.
Yeah, I try to do a little stutter step on people if I have it. We're dropping infernals this time.
I had the reticle that time, and it killed me as I was like casting.
Cast it, cursor.
Yeah, that's totally a good idea for Infernal. Yeah. Actually, I probably just want to cast it on me.
Oh, we were so close. That was such a good pull. So many people are like figuring this out and just really hitting their numbers. I think we can do this.
That was a super good RNG pull. Like we've
I
had
think-
some bad ones. That felt like a really good one.
I think it was good. I don't think it was great. I think people are just doing
I
better
think people
too.
just played really well. Yeah.
Yeah, we still
So,
didn't get a storm cloud.
That
if
storm
we
cloud was far too.
Yeah.
I had to bring it to you guys. It wasn't perfect.
I got the first storm cloud, and both ranged had good moonbeams that we could both stand in without stacking icicles.
Yeah, it's
Our
possible
second
we
range group was a
scuffed
little late,
that.
and it was not super. It wasn't good to be as close to you guys as we were.
It's possible we scuffed that call roll. This is an extremely hard one to call, and if you fuck it up, you lose the boss. So like you gotta, yeah, it's a tough one.
I'm
As a
thinking
melee,
you have it.
as a melee, can I ask a clarifying question about the storm cloud buff?
Go for it.
So if I get the buff, I'm running to triangle first. Unless they've already got the buff, correct?
yes, in
And then I
which
go
case
star.
I actually it's just like literally in all of our pulls, it's still just casters pumping. It's probably diamond next. Like
Okay.
at first I said discretion. It's like if the Pemper melee have the buff, you keep it. If you can just boots to the diamond group, you should just get it. I'm
And
I
sorry, go ahead.
it's LaDonna, if you can call Triangle has, and if you can call Diamond has, just like say it once, that will help people a lot when they're like the third or fourth Storm Cloud.
And I have to run out and touch them, right? I don't have to stand out there.
No, you
Run out.
stand on
You
top
have
of
to stand.
them.
Oh, we stand on top of them. Okay, I apologize.
You'll have a storm cloud that says 4 ticks, and you'll like hear a little lightning sound, and it has to come off of you. That's when you know you
Right.
can't pass it anymore.
And then I just chill with them until that goes off me.
Correct. Yeah, you want to rocket boot immediately to them and chill until you don't see the buff anymore.
Understand. Got it.
And you'll
Thank you
see
very
it go 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is Doom.
Was I seeing that wrong, or was the diamond and triangle on top of each other that pull?
5, 4, 3.
Not until the.
2, 1.
I think they might have closed together, but I think you just got used.
We closed together
and
after
moved
there
to
was
the-
two
yeah.
moonbeams down because there were two right next to each other.
Yeah.
You can always use your judgment to separate if there's a safe moonbeam elsewhere.
Yeah, and then I have been trying to do that.
Yeah, I would. I mean, like generally, people, the diamond and triangle are a heuristic, but sometimes they have to use their judgment to pump, and then you got to play around.
When we both stacked too, it didn't go badly. Like we made the right decision because it didn't go badly.
Yeah,
right?
it still worked out. I brought the
Yeah.
storm to both of you because you're
Yeah,
together.
yeah, that was ideal. Like freaking ideal.
LaDonna, Pung, food please.
Only a few people can get it per storm, right?
6%.
Yeah.
Right, and that's why it's hairy.
Yep.
LaDonna, Pung.
And yeah, it's every 1 second.
I don't. I'm gonna have to miss it this poll. It's fine.
Bring personal food.
10 seconds.
Reminder on sappers, guys.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
moving into that
shelter.
close after the splash freeze.
Move in.
Stack. Keep moving.
This battle does rage.
Keep moving. Find shelter. Keep moving.
Move in.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Yeah, it's alright.
Tragic. To come so far, only to fail.
Yeah, it was bad because I got the storm cloud twice, so I didn't get the crit.
How'd you die though?
To come so far, only to fail.
I got hit by an icicle.
Yeah, a few people took icicles there. It's important not to tunnel.
Yeah.
Also, I noticed something that's actually, I think, pretty important. I want to draw people's attention to it. So, one of the things that's really key for us here is getting good positioning on the mages. The mages will get knocked back by the icicles. I do not think the icicles can spawn on the mages, or at least I haven't noticed one spawn on one yet. So it's important that you give the mages that sort of 6 yard or whatever, those two little gnome guys casting fire, give them those 6 yards so that when Mord drags them in with his boss positioning, they're going to stay in that upfront spot. That way, the fires are much more likely to be closer in, and we're going to be able to catch that fire moonbeam combo that is allowing us to really go off. So just watch for that position at the start. Don't blast the mages with your icicle targeting.
Yeah, so ranged. I need you guys to just stick to the first 2 beams because I keep trying to pull them into like the 3rd beam that comes out, and everybody's shifting to between 3, and that means the melee aren't getting into a moonbeam fast enough. Like we gotta, you guys gotta just stick to 2 to 3 beams and not keep spreading out further and further.
Want to be stacked anyways, right?
Yeah. So like the 3rd moonbeam that comes out, if you're in it, I'm dragging it to it, and you're probably going to die.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if you see a 3rd moonbeam and I don't, say something about the 3rd moonbeam coming down. Because I've got a
They come
giant
2
boss
at
in
a
my
time,
face.
assuming we break them out, right? Because there's 2 druids.
Yeah, okay, yeah, fair
So
enough.
the second spawn, so it's 2 and then 2.
Yeah.
Do a dupe timer once everybody's here.
There's a repair bot near the right side.
Doing a dupe timer.
Is anybody watching that sing buff? I don't have a weak order for it.
4, 3.
I'm watching it. It's
2,
resetting every single time.
1.
It's going out. It's staying at 25 the entire fight.
Yes, we have not
Good
missed
job
a
breaking them
reset
out now.
since the first pull.
People are
Yes,
just
please.
now.
DKs, have your pets out, please.
Just a reminder, everybody must sapper on this pull. Like when the timer hits 0, spell, and then sapper. Position yourself in between a bunch of them. It's really helping us hit the marks. Let's go.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving.
Move in.
Keep moving. Find shelter. Keep moving.
Move in.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
Hero.
Keep moving.
Three blows, don't kill yourselves.
Keep moving.
Cast a spell.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
We
So,
lost. Yeah.
That's some bad luck on the right side.
Yeah. It was pretty ugly.
We had 3 stacks of storm clouds on the left side. One of them was me.
We had no beams and no clouds on the right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Move in.
Mord, when the left gets a double beam like that. So what happened is beams 1, 2, and 3 spawned on the left, and the casters were using 1 or 2 of them. And then a fourth beam spawned on the right, and all the casters on the right wanted to go into that beam, and you drag the boss to that beam. I think in that spot you have to drag the boss to the optimal beam on the left side, so that if a beam spawns on the right, casters can get into it. Does that make sense?
Endless winter.
Mord?
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think that was going to
Kind of
be,
judgment
yeah,
call.
I don't think that was going to be a kill. We were so scuffed on a lot of things, and we lost Singed. It like wasn't reapplying before, and I tried to stay out to get one more reapplication on, and then boots in, and I scuffed it, and I don't think I got the reapplication.
Yeah, at that time the stacks were going up a lot slower than they normally do. I don't know why.
All the fires were in the back.
Fire, yeah,
initially.
fire
fire was
was.
terrible.
Sometimes they toss the fires behind them. The other
I feel
thing
like I've always seen them toss it behind him. It sucks.
they don't always, but yes, we've
Yeah.
had a couple of we've got some uncooperative mages. So the other thing I noticed
What else is new?
once again with the mages, so like if you draw a line between the mage and the boss, that is the line they're going to run along, right? When more drags the boss. So if you're like cutting through that line at some point, you're going to spawn fire. So either stay kind of like on one side or be positioned past the line already. Does that make sense? So it's like we spawned 2 mage icicles on that mage, and he like just dodged it, but we almost threw him all the way to the back of the room by clipping him with icicles in his like movement path.
Is that because there was like a moonbeam in his path, so we were kind of like standing there getting the icicles?
No, I mean in the initial positioning phase, because it's like the mage breaks out, Hodier's dragged to the corner, the mage runs right at Hodier, and in that like first 3-4 seconds of the fight, people dragged icicles across the mage, and he happened to dodge them and just threw the fire behind him anyway, which was scuffed. But what could have happened there, and like is likely to happen some of the pulls that we kind of cross his path, is you'll drop an icicle and it'll knock him back, and then we're dead because we just don't have fires close to the boss. There's
We
a lot
are
better
like
than
a
Sappers that time.
good RNG pull like away from this. Just got to put it all together.
Doing a doom timer.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
The missing mage is going to be an early doom timer.
How early?
It's at 35 seconds now.
Okay. Let's just everyone get ready a little bit early.
So we're going for 5, not 0 on the timer. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a fresh timer for it.
So this timer is now for
This
0?
timer is now accurate.
Okay.
For 0, yep. We did. That was it.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving.
And move him back to that first light.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Move in.
Obviate Stormcloud.
Storm blows.
Call and chatter if you can.
Mass spell melee.
Keep moving.
Mass spell. Alright. Just pick them up.
Keep moving.
Falls up to you.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Find shelter.
Consume you.
Keep moving.
Move in.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving.
Just wait. Wipe. Stop. That was extremely close.
Very close, yeah.
It might, honestly.
To come so far.
Yeah, that was close. I was in a moonbeam with the fire, channeling Drain Soul at like, yeah, that would have been really close.
Yep.
Let's just soulstone our casters, but that B-res has got to come like really fast. If you die, ping a little bit so that Falls doesn't have to run and figure out which side you're on. Just like
What got you, Prage?
So he shifted. I got my feet frozen, and then that caused him for some reason to step back from me, and then probably put Prage into range.
Like, yeah, looks like he took a melee hit.
Yeah.
I got.
Like I got the whatever
Yeah,
Frost
I
Nova
see.
thing that goes out, and then he stepped back.
I see a melee hit. So you had aggro and then frozen blows like half a second later, not even.
Yeah, I mean, it's the melee hit that got you. I don't know if it was bad position with the beams and Mord's movement, or you just clipped too close.
I literally didn't move at all. It was
a caster group, so
yeah, I literally didn't move at all. It was as soon as I got the Frost Nova thing out, he took 2 steps back, turned and smack break.
Probably got within the melee ranged aggro
Yeah.
defense.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That's what happened to me too, yeah.
I'm gonna say, just Mass Dispel takes #1 priority over anything, even canceling him.
Okay.
Is anyone needing an innervate there? Like, Falls, are you blowing your innervate at all in this fight? Because we should be.
I'll be up.
I don't think anybody's going to him.
Oh, I'm running out of mana. I'm definitely tapping 10 times through the fight. I'm definitely running out of mana. Yeah, okay.
I mean, you should just assign it rather than clog comms. Who else is 1, 2, 3 and raid if you're running out of mana? If you're having to use any kind of mana cooldown to keep yourself. Is it just all the locks?
when we're in the
I'll be
moonbeam,
tapping at
like
least every 40 seconds, but yeah.
yeah. But when we're in the moonbeam, I'm casting a shadow bolt like every 0.8
Yeah, we go quick.
seconds. So
Okay, so just innervate 3 locks, just 1, 2, 3. What are the 3? Who are the 3 highest DPS locks? Just innervate them.
I'm on the pole.
Don't do me. Don't do me. I'm typically not going to be putting out as much numbers as these guys.
So
Ladonna,
Falls.
just macro it and whisper me, and you'll get it every time.
I'll try.
I'm
Yeah.
not watching your mana. I don't have your mana on my bars.
Yeah, to be honest, I don't even notice I'm running out. I'm paying attention to like what I'm pressing and stuff. It's going so fast.
Try to do it like halfway
Okay, guys.
through, and that'll be good enough.
A doom timer?
Locks. Yes, Doom Timer. Locks, you are soul stoning your stealth, except Dilf, can you soul stone Prage?
I got
and-
Prage. I got Prage.
4.
Oh, you got Prage already? Okay.
He can soul
Dilf,
stone me if you want.
Soulstone Tashik then.
Just innervate during the first frozen or flash freeze when we're moving.
Some flasks have fallen off, and let's get some food. Really, really close, guys. Roll with food.
10 seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
That's still recharging.
Great fires. Let's pump.
Oh, great moonbeam too.
Diamond, get that move made.
Along the wall.
Find shelter.
Consume you.
Do your innervates.
Move in.
Keep moving.
Frozen blows, be careful.
Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Keep moving. Find shelter.
Consume you.
Move in.
5 seconds.
Wait, yeah.
Welcome to the endless winter. Tragic. To come so far, only to fail.
Tashik, that was a good pull for you, buddy. Holy fuck.
Welcome
When it lines up, it lines up.
Yeah, man, that was over 20k for a
Actually,
while.
diamond at the start, but yeah. Not as bad as it could have been, though.
What went wrong, Dilf?
The second, or rather, the moonbeam that was available to us was not on our fire, but we'll just have to move sooner. That's all.
We had the same thing. Yeah, the first moonbeam, it was like a half a step out of the fire.
Yeah, as long as you can manage your stacks, you can go to that, though. I think you did.
I did go to it. Yeah. And then it's
Yeah,
just
if
like you move every 5 seconds.
So I guess if we're back at our fires where we've kind of been, and there's a moonbeam, a bit like clearly outside of a fire further away. Should we just go to that, or should we
Yeah,
try and keep
XLB and
fire
I.
going?
So once the thing is stacked, XLB and I will maintain it. If I'm watching and if people are not in, if the moonbeams are not in the right place, I'm staying out of the moonbeams and keeping the thing stacked. So you go and you pump. Once it's at 25, one person can maintain it.
I'm out of soul
Is
dice.
something scuffing the melee, Kizzle?
Yeah, it's just in the corner the entire time.
What would you change?
I moved on the third moonbeam that time, so I'm not sure. Are you saying that we should give melee the second moonbeam?
And it's the videos I watch, the tank moves a ton, so I haven't watched a video in a while. But we're just literally just standing in the corner. We're not getting anything.
There's
I
a
get it's
moonbeam
a
that entire
caster
time, right?
fight, but we gotta help a little bit, or else.
Yeah, I take them to like the second moonbeam because the range just need one. We need to kill one pimple thing because our locks need shards. So everyone come. Where's the closest one?
There's one
behind
here
us.
next to the door.
There's one
All
right
right,
here.
don't pull it. Don't pull it until our locks are there. Don't face pull it, Dilphilus here with everybody. They're over here. Yeah. Yeah, and also like I have the left right foot melee, but that's just like a metric. Like prioritize your DPS too. Like stand in that moonbeam. Oh, we all understand the mechanic now. Like just like boot out of there. That's fine. Or like left right if there's nothing else going on, but pump, do what you gotta do. Yeah, let's get that second beam or whatever close beam is reasonably to Mord, Mord to the melee because the casters
Don't kill
can
these
move.
at the same time.
Yep. Let them get shards, please. It's the whole point. This, that'll help
That's
us
the
with
Jormungandr.
Coder. Yeah, Mord. So you should be adjusting to the closest moonbeam that you can as soon as possible. That's like reasonable. Casters will it?
Timer.
Yeah, like I said, I've been aiming for the third. I'll just move on the second one from now on.
You know, just thinking about it, I honestly think that if the first one is like close in there and you're not moving the
5,
boss too far, you can
4,
actually move it to the first.
3,
And the reason is that the
2,
casters are still
1.
stacking the fire debuff.
Yes, exactly. So literally, if it's close, you're moving to it. Is the general metric. Just call it so that the range know.
Dilf's got Soulstone on Prage.
Works for me.
Just so all the Ranger Clear MO is just decided there. Mort is moving the boss to the first moonbeam unless it's in the middle of fucking nowhere. So don't stack on the first moonbeam kill. Stack your fire buff and take moonbeams 2 and 3.
Let's get Mark of the Wild out. House roll of food.
Seconds.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You will suffer for this trespass.
Keep moving. Keep moving.
First moonbeam's up.
Yep, gone.
To come so far,
Oh, battle res.
Find shelter.
consume you.
Still pumping.
Move in.
People out. more DSAC.
Yeah.
Hell
yeah!
Nice.
We're pumping.
Yeah,
Oh,
we were.
Jesus Christ.
17,500. Fuck
Good
yeah,
job,
baby.
everybody.
Look at the
Was that the
mages.
last
Look
pull of
at
the night?
Fresh.
Again?
Wow. Holy cow. Good
Holy
job,
fuck,
Nice
everybody.
stat.
That feels like a staff that a mage
This is
earned.
very appropriate because the two
that's
mages are rolling off on it, and they were the top 2 DPS.
Hell yeah, very fitting.
Fresh.
Make sure you loot
Nice.
the chest for the people that have the quest.
Yeah, good call.
Yeah, great
If
call on
every-
that last. Great call on that last adjustment, Kizzle. I feel
If
like
every
we
melee
always-
didn't get 100 on that, then you did something wrong because you couldn't move without
More.
being in a moonbeam.
I mean, I did more than 7k, so that was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
great
guarantee you
job.
it's not, because most of the melee in here can get over 10k, 15k, 18k. So
Let's
Yeah,
do
I-
loot. Let's do loot. Let's do loot.
All right, loot. Frostbound chain bracers to XLB. Grass.
Yay.
Vank chest goes to Fresh. Grats. Earned it with that one. And conch chest goes to Mord.
Yep.
Grat.
Yeah, jeez.
A lot of
Everyone
99s in
pumped
there,
so
gang.
hard, yeah.
699s, yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
Thank you for staying patient. I think I may have scuffed that call earlier. Like, it's really hard to call, but Subin nailed it at the end.
The lowest DPS there was
Whew.
a 94.
Hey. Hey.
No, you
Hey.
got 96 parsecs, Ubi.
Oh, thank God. I got the Stormcloud twice, actually. I thought that was bad RNG, because I was like, oh God, like, I have a Stormcloud buff, but maybe it's better, because I, like, got
You're
it to
standing
people really
with range, so it's good, right? It spreads immediately.
Yeah.
Grats Prague on the staff.
Grats,
Hell yeah,
grats. Well earned. Everyone was pumping.
We
That's
are a last pull of the night guild.
Yeah,
You really are.
I didn't even say it that time. I was like, this is our last pull. Super
Honestly,
Mario,
we should
do
really
we
only
leave this
raid for about 10
tomorrow?
minutes for each
Yep.
fight we
You
do.
just do. All right, guys. Every pull is just the last pull. Is just what I've decided.
All
Fucking
clock
do it in
starts
one.
at 10:50.
Why do we have a 3-hour raid?
Can I just point out Hog is the second highest melee DPS on that fight?
Whoa.
Hell yeah,
I,
brother.
Holy cow, Hog.
Good
I
RNG.
seem to have
It was some
ended
good
up
RNG,
with
yeah.
a breastplate of the fallen wayward vanquisher. This seems incorrect.
I think that's fresh,
That's
right?
Fresh.
It's fresh on the breastplate. Okay, there you go. Fresh now has once he accepts
Basically, he's
trade.
wearing it.
Oh,
95.
you have it? Oh, please remove it from your list. All right, the next one is Corey for the chest.
Ooh,
Do
I
you-
want it.
There you go.
Nicely done, everybody.
So tomorrow's plan, Subin will be late, so we will be cleaning up the optional bosses, and I will post our plan from there. Probably Thorum Freya. We're not hitting Mim until Subin gets here, but our priority is now hard mode council. And if we don't have time for Mim, we'll either leave it to Sunday or probably just kill it on normal. But hopefully we're all doing everything great and we can re-kill it on Firefighter.
Yeah.
So
Hey,
that
actually,
is our plan.
Killed that with 6 seconds left, everybody.
How many engineers are we in the guild?
I think like we're 4 people of our core are not engineers, I want to say.
Okay.
How many nuclear bombs went off at the beginning?
Like 12 people were zapper.
Oh, that's not enough. There are lots of free sappers in the guild bank. You gotta sapper on that opening.
Yeah, we'll
20k damage.
we'll literally we'll look at cleaning everything up. I have been slacking on the log reviews, but expect some of those